Ladies and gentlemen, we are now live. What's going on, everyone? It is Tuesday, February 25th, and this is another live edition of the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this stream/video a big old thumbs up and share with all your wrestling friends on social media. As always, guys, I am Steve. I'm here joined by the good brother from beautiful California, the one, the only Chase Oliver. Chase, how are you today, bro?
Doing well, Steve. Excited to talk about the last show before Elimination Chamber.
Yes. Speaking of which, right after we're done with the Raw review, stick around. We will be also previewing Elimination Chamber 2025, which, like Chase has mentioned, last night was the go-home show. Overall, from my end, I thought the matches were good. I thought this was better than SmackDown by a landslide. I know a lot of people were not happy with SmackDown this past Friday. But I know, Chase, hey, man, your guy won on Friday night, man. Even though, again,
carried the team. Braun Strowman carried that fucking team.
Exactly.
Did you not see? Like Damian Priest struggling. How's this guy in the chamber? Get
selfless
this guy
man
out of the
selfless man too,
sacrificed his body, took out a werewolf and also a crazy Tomatogan. Like, come on, man. Selfless man. This guy should be in the chamber, but whatever. I'll take a U.S. title win at WrestleMania. I'll take that. I'll take him becoming the United States champion. Then both my favorites can be the champions of the United States together. It'll be great.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yesterday, also my guy, so selfless, man, giving the shine, not just to one person. Two people got the rub from Logan Paul, man. They should be on their knees thanking Logan Paul. AJ Styles and CM Punk should be literally delivering edible arrangements to Logan Paul for just giving them the rub. For real, man. What's going on, everyone here in the chat? What's up, good brothers? Raw was okay last night. Fair enough. And before we begin, but look, man, I just came back from the gym. I'm a little thirsty right now, bro. So I think it's about that time I bust out the Prime. We got lemonade.
Ew, what?
I
want to drink that flavor. That looks like PP yellow. What is this?
Look, man, it's again, I'm gonna try all these flavors, like I said. So who to say? Look,
that
man, lemonade.
Disgusting. Oh no.
Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it, right?
Pour that in a glass. I need to see what color this. This looks like piss yellow. Looks like when you don't drink enough water. Oh, Steve has to drink this flavor. Do you have another flavor on dock? Do you have something to back this? This sounds like it takes tear.
Water, regular water. There we go.
Oh man. All right, we'll get those electrolytes, Steve. This is disgusting.
Not bad. It's just lemonade. I mean, look. I know lemonade. It's not the lemonade stand. You know what I mean? It's not. It's not. What's that pretzel stand at the mall? What the St. Anne's? What is that pretzel stand at the mall?
Pretzels.
Yeah,
on the ends. On the ends.
Yeah. It's not that lemonade. You know what I mean? But it'll do.
Still looks disgusting.
A little bit of vodka in this. It'll be another story. But great show last night. It was fun.
The hydration drink.
Yeah, fair enough. Chief, by the way, also does have a channel too. He does live streams of Monday Night Raw and other shows too. So make sure you guys give him a sub. Check out his channel. Good stuff on the channel over there. Looks like Steve gave his soul to Prime. Look, man, I'm just repping my guy, the Maverick. Man. Look, who is going to win by a landslide. Landslide win the chamber. You heard it here first. I know we're doing previews in a bit, but I'm just getting it out there right now. But Chase, what was your overall thoughts on Monday Night Raw from last
night? Solid show. I would definitely say very passable. Like most of it didn't get good until the end, to be honest. Like beginning portion was a little rough, but near the end it got a little bit better.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair as well. But let us know as well in the chat, what did you like from Monday Night Raw? A show that we saw a new women's tag team champions in Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez in the main event, which I thought probably is in discussion for match of the year, one of match of the year contenders. It's already on the list. Look, I said already, I'm doing a list for matches of 2025. And at the end of the year, I'm going to probably do a top 10, top 15, but who knows, maybe for sure it should make the list 100%. And then we did have that awesome opener in the beginning of the show between Penta, Ludwig, and Pete Dunne. And we'll get into all that stuff. We'll get into all that stuff as well. So without further ado, let's get into the show. The show opened up. It opened up with Logan Paul. And he's in the ring. He's mocking the Cincinnati crowd. Yeah, they're in Cincinnati, by the way. They're in Cincinnati. And he's mocking the crowd for what it is, right? Making fun of them. He says there will be 3 doorknobs and John Cena at the Elimination Chamber. To earn the right to challenge Cody Rhodes for the championship at WrestleMania. And then Punk showed up, right? Punk showed up, and he basically said, you're a flash in the pan, which, how dare he? How dare he call my guy a flash in the pan? And he doesn't care if Cody gives his soul, right, to The Rock, but, he's calling himself Satan. And he's saying that he's going to win the chamber. And all this leads to Logan Paul, and rightfully so. How dare CM Punk disrespect the great Logan Paul? Slaps him in the face. Slaps him. And then walks away. Rightfully so. So you saved the fight for Saturday night. But that's how he kicked off the show. Chase, your overall thoughts, man.
This was such a weird opening. I don't know. I don't feel like it brought anything, to be honest. Like, it didn't get me hyped for the chamber match. I thought they were having a one-on-one match the way they were doing the promo. I know it got into some people's minds that, the way that the promo felt like, that's how it felt like. I know how it got in some people's minds. Everyone thought, oh, shit, is this going to be Punk's WrestleMania match? Or are they just planning this in advance?
It should be an honor. It's payday, man. Come on.
Punk, when Punk's into a segment, he gives it all during a promo. He was just like, I'll hit the beats here. I don't really need to say too much. I just got to remind people I'm in the chamber match and that people will still chant my name, CM Punk, CM Punk. So, yeah, that's what I got from this promo, was just that it was just fine. Like, sure. Not the way I would have started off Raw, to be honest. It kind of weak.
Look, man, you start Logan Paul off, you're always going to have a great kickoff, man. You already know, man. Just like if it was Friday night, if it was Braun Strowman opening the show. Oh, what a way to kick off the show, right?
It's the only way you should kick off and main event shows, with one big SOB, yeah.
Exactly. Punk is starting to look unmotivated lately.
I mean, Jeffrey, he was probably told, hey, Bill, another year. No main event. Because like, really, to be honest, they really got to start deciding what are going to be their main event matches. And I think I think it's going to be Jay and Gunther as a contender, Bianca and Rhea as a contender, if that does happen, or Charlotte versus Tippy as a contender. And I don't think Roman's necessarily main eventing this year, even if it is a big time triple threat match for the title. So not for the title, just between him, Rollins, and Punk. So I think that match will be the usual, like, we get that mid-card or co-main event banger for WrestleMania. That's what that match is going to be, is like in that place. So I think Punk, he's a little disgruntled, but he was injured most of the time last year. And yes, he had a killer feud with Drew, but the plans went with Jey Uso winning the Rumble, because that was Triple H's plans, was for Jey Uso to have a WrestleMania moment, and we're having John Cena chase for 17. So he's kind of out of the picture here and everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, they're teasing the idea that, hey, we might get Logan and CM Punk, which, again, I've already said, it's not it should be an honor for CM Punk. And then also later on in the night, we did see an interaction between AJ and Logan Paul, maybe teasing that too. I think, honestly, for like, Chase, would you prefer, if you had to pick a match for Logan at WrestleMania? I'm sure it's AJ and Logan, right?
Yeah, I think that's a better match, just because AJ, he's kind of slowing down a little bit, but Logan, he kind of gets the most out of his opponents. Kind of matches well with Logan's in-ring style. I feel like AJ would be up for that match. It would get AJ a good singles match. It'll be funny if AJ Styles' best WrestleMania matches are not with like actual full-time
Wrestlers,
wrestlers. Yeah, it's
part
like
timers.
Shane McMahon and Logan Paul, which is
Yes.
crazy if you think about the list of people AJ Styles has wrestled at WrestleMania. One of them includes Shinsuke Nakamura. It's like, oh man, like these are
Yeah.
his best matches. But
And
I feel it's a
then
match where AJ could actually get a lot. Like Logan Paul will get a lot out of AJ Styles, and we see that old AJ Styles that people miss.
exactly. Who and also as a consolation, guess what? AJ gets to be on Impulsive. Can you imagine that episode of Impulsive with AJ Styles and Logan Paul and AJ
I
going
I'd keep AJ Styles away from a live microphone as much as
keep
possible. Like
those theories and shit? Like
unfiltered microphone, I should say. Not alive. He's not a bad talker. It's just
no,
I don't trust Uncle Alan to be a good guest on a podcast.
for sure, for sure. Appreciate the shout out, Steve. As always, brother. Go check out his channel. Go check it out. Alan Rancher, the best thing overall was my boy Dirty Dom helping his girl win the tag team title, MVP of the Learning Tree. Okay, fair enough. Also, if Punk, Rollins, and Reigns is a triple threat, wouldn't Rollins have been in the segment? I have another idea of what could happen based on what we saw, in that interaction between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Logan made Punk bleed last night. Punk is about to kill him at Chamber. I don't think so, man. I mean, look, man, I've already said earlier, Logan's gonna run through this Chamber, bro. But be that as it may, we did get the first opening contest. It was a triple threat. We had Penta versus Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser. I thought this was a very, very fun opener. Yeah. I felt like all three guys got their shine in for the most part. It got a good amount of time as well. And I love the idea. Look, they've been protecting Penta, right, with these wins and all that stuff. And you would have thought going into this, this is another win for Penta. Also, his entrances have also had a little bit of a dish add-ons and stuff, right? But you would have thought Penta was going to win this, right? The way this was going. And then they I guess swerved everyone, right? They had Ludwig come in, throw Penta out of the ring after Penta hit the Penta driver on Pete Dunne, and that's how Ludwig capitalized on the win. And again, I like that because it keeps Penta still undefeated. He didn't get pinned, right? And this keeps it gives Ludwig some momentum, kind of. Hopefully, there's something there, right? But I don't mind it at all. Your thoughts, Chase?
Yeah, no, it was a really good triple threat. First off, Netflix, fix your ads. Like we come back and they're doing a Tower of Doom spot, and it looks like I'm like, what did I miss in this match? Like, you got to fix the ads there. I get it for the non-US viewers; they get to view the full match, but we don't get to view it. So you gotta fix this when you want to do ad breaks and let the wrestlers know. But other than that, they killed it. These three killed it. Ludwig, he kind of needed a win just because. Shout out to the Good Brothers Trio Heat. They've been talking about this for weeks, and I'm in agreement with them that it just seems like a multi-man match is happening for the IC title, and it's going to include like Braun Breaker, Penta, Ludwig Kaiser, and a bunch of other mid-carders, maybe Sheamus. So you got to give Ludwig Kaiser something that he can brag about to get into said multi-man match or to be in consideration for the Intercontinental title match because, Braun Breaker has beat him in the past multiple times. So I was fine with Ludwig getting the win here. Penta didn't get pinned, like you said. And yeah, Penta's on a good start still. Really good opening contest.
Of course, absolutely. Very good opening contest. We did get after this a vignette for John Cena that played. We did also get a preview of Sunday's episode of LFG that previewed the Road Dog. Have you been watching that show as of like? I have not watched an episode. I'll be honest with you.
I really like these tough enough shows. Like I could give two shits, to be honest. Like what's the matter? The last time a person went tough enough, dude was already part of FCW, and then he got released like 2 months after. So it was like a waste of television. And I'm sure there's these great women and men that are trying their best to make it on NXT, and I could really just care less. Like it's not like the Contender Series for the UFC or Tough, where at least it's like, hey, they at least get some opportunities. Like these people, it's all in the hands of the booker after this. So I'll catch clips. I'll see the clips here and there, but I feel like that's one of those shows that once it becomes like all the episodes are available, I'll just sit down and binge watch it one day. But I don't feel like I need to go out of my way to watch it right now. Like, it's just like, who cares? Like, oh, this person wins. Oh, cool, they're on NXT. I hear that they won LFG season 1, and then it's like, where are they now? Like, that's why it's just like, that's why these like
True.
I'm trying to fight my spot to make it. Like, didn't they do a show like this like a couple years ago? It was on Roku. It was like for like the next big, like John Cena was hosting
Breakout
it.
star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to that winner? Where's this? Where are these people at? Like, I haven't seen
That
them at all.
person might be debuting on Evolve. Who knows? I mean, yeah, I agree with you
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. I find
You know,
Evolve way more useful than
me too.
LFG, because at least with Evolve, it's like independent talents that are signed by that WWID program, and they're getting matches that you can kind of see and make you say, "Oh, like maybe it works, maybe it doesn't." But the idea is you see these guys, and then later on you can say, "That's my guy that I'm going to support on their independence as they work their way up." And if they make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't. These shows where you're trying to get you invested in a person and make you care about that person going forward, they don't really work, because it's just like, cool, you can be invested in this person, you can like this person going forward, but then it's up to the booker and it's up to them when the cameras are off and they're not telling their sappy stories or their dream stories for them to, like, beat the system. So yeah, no, it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't have an interest. Like, I wish that it was just more like maybe them like just showing coaching or something. I don't know, but who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. LFG, but legends and future greats. Okay,
Yeah. Chief right there. Is this Penta's first L? Does it count? I mean,
yeah,
he
it
didn't get
counts.
pinned. I mean, he didn't get
he
pinned.
lost in the Rumble. I mean,
Yeah, 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 but I think what he's referring to is like, yeah, it's a loss, but he's still technically undefeated because he didn't get pinned to the mat like 1, 2, 3 or forced to submit. But yeah, I guess you can say too. I mean, it's very, very confusing at times. Like, is it a loss? Yeah, he didn't win, but I mean, at this point, I mean, are we really counting wins and loss records here? I mean, great triple threat last night. Ludwig got the win. Absolutely, he did. From there, we did get like the Jackie Redmond interview with Rhea Ripley, talking about the women's chamber match, who she can face at WrestleMania. And then she got interrupted by Io Sky. And Io Sky basically said, hey, I'm going to beat you next Monday, because next Monday after Chamber, it will be Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the women's, for the Raw Women's World Championship. So there's that. I mean, again, look, could they have done this on the PLE? Yeah, for sure. But I think just the way that they're formatting the show and all that stuff is just fine. And they're gonna be in Buffalo on the road to WrestleMania. Should be a fine match. Likely this might close the show next week, which was fine too. So your thoughts on that, Chase?
Basic Rhea promo. She says the same shit. I used to be this woman, but now mommy's on top and I'm the dominant. It's like, okay. And then Io, she says what she can say. I'm going to WrestleMania. Great.
Yeah. From there, we did.
It's just like, okay, just get to the match. Like, they could have done the match this week, and I would have been fine with it. I would have been like, okay, cool. Let's just figure out who's the world champion going into Mania. 100% is Rhea, but they're trying their best to make you feel like Io can win, but it's not happening.
Yeah, I get that feeling too. We did get the New Day after this. They basically cut a promo, healing it up on the crowd, talk about Rey Mysterio and the attack and all that stuff. Do you like the new theme from the New Day, by the way? I think it's great. The new theme song.
No, it's a good theme. It's just this whole push has been horrible for the New Day. They should be the tag champs right now, and instead it's the Viking Raiders.
This match should have been in the Chamber instead. That's fair.
No, Rhea doesn't like wrestling at Canada for whatever reason. The last time they can get her to Toronto, they say she's like, no, that doesn't work for mommy. Like, she says she ain't going to Canada, brother. She'll go to Buffalo, not Toronto.
She'll go to Buffalo, not Toronto. I don't know.
Yeah, she don't want to pass the border. She don't want to pass those borders.
She must have something that have happened. You know what I mean? There's certain, like. Remember, like R2 couldn't fly to Canada.
Liv Morgan got busted for weed, and she's going to Canada. There ain't no issues. She just must not like it there. She just must not like border control there.
Maybe not. Just crazy. But then after this, we did get the New Day of Xavier and Kofi versus the LW of Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. It was fine for the most part for what it was, but obviously, the New Day, of course, they got the win over LWO, and then after this led to them continuing on the attack. And then you're wondering, something's got to give. Someone's got to come out, make the save. And obviously, they played Dragon Lee music. He makes the run. Here's the thing, right? Like, if someone's going to make the save, I get it. You play the music for a pop. But can't this guy just run to the ring? Do we really need music? Like, play my music. Like, bro, just get to the ring. Save your team. Save your boys. And he looked like he was getting some offensive moves, right? And eventually, the 2-on-1, took over, and Dragon Lee was taken out. And that's how we ended that segment. Overall, again, I kind of do wish, just like you, Chase, I do wish that the New Day were at least contenders or challenging for the tag titles, and it's just not the case.
This is like the word. This is like Triple H was given a golden opportunity on the 1-yard line. They did one of the best heel turns ever, turned on their best friends, said horrible things to Big E. They were hot as hell. And I was fine with them, just like trying to explain themselves. And that's fine. If you want to go down that route, the minute the Viking Raiders won the tag titles, you got the titles off the Judgment Day. That's when you tell the Viking Raiders, hey, sorry, guys, you're just a weak transitional champion. We got to get the belts on the New Days. But Triple H has fumbled these guys. He has not done anything worth a note to make you care that the New Day are bad guys besides the fact they hate Big E. Like that's it. That's all they've done. It's just, this is my first ever time seeing Cruz del Toro wrestle. I hope it's the last time I see this guy wrestle. He stinks. This whole match stunk. I don't need this useless dribble on a 2.5-hour show. This could have been Dragon Lee versus Kofi 1-on-1, and I would have been fine. I get it. You're trying to build up New Day. You're trying to make me care that they're going to be one of the tag teams going for the tag team titles, but they should be tag team champions already. They should be the hottest heels. They should say, like, this is why we don't need E. This should be easy layup, but instead WWE is just going to throw them in a tag team multi-man match with A-Town Down Under, these LWO bums, and then freaking Viking Raiders and the Creeds. There you go. That's your 5-man whatever stipulation.
Ladder match, WrestleMania.
No, the IC title is going to be the ladder match. This is going to be a 5-man turmoil.
Elimination.
Something stupid. Like it's just frustrating because it's like the New Day should be much better than what they are now. Like they literally had one of the best heel turns ever, and it's just like you fumbled it. Like you literally dropped the ball. Like instead of handing it off to Marshawn Lynch to score the game-winning touchdown and build a dynasty, you decided, I'm going to call a slant route, and it's going to get intercepted, and it got intercepted, and now the New Day are trying their best to make you care. And like, dude, they're stuck in the Mysterio vortex. Like this little asshat doesn't need more. Like this guy already has so much, man. And the Rey Mysterio vortex needs to be talked about. Who benefits from this besides Rey Mysterio? Rey Mysterio doesn't benefit anyone when he sucks them in his little tornado that he calls a Mysterio vortex. He's acting like he is this great Hall of Famer helping people. Who has he helped? He has helped no one. No one has whatsoever since he started this little LWO vortex. All is benefiting is Dom. And Dom, he leaves the vortex, and then when it comes time for a big event, Ray gets him back in the vortex. So that way Ray can either beat him in a match where it doesn't benefit Dom whatsoever, or Rey Mysterio just says, I'll finally lose to you, but it's probably when it doesn't matter. That's where we're at with this Mysterio vortex. It stinks. I'm so tired of it. But he's a Hall of Famer. Everyone loves Ray. I love Ray. I've seen Ray many times live. I got an autograph from Rey Mysterio. I got a picture with Rey Mysterio. I don't hate him. I just hate this current version of Rey Mysterio. But it doesn't get talked about as much because Ray's not forcing himself in these upper echelon programs. It's all in the lower card. So Ray can do whatever he wants to these lower card people. And these people are suckers. They're like, oh, cool. We're working with Rey Mysterio. This is great. It's like, no. Freaking tell them I don't want to work with. Yeah, I don't want to work with this guy. Like, I know that's what Penta says. Zero fear. Yeah, no, thank you. You signed me. No LWO. No Mysterio vortex. He shut down. Like, I don't want to be the next Rey Mysterio. I want to be the first Penta. Don't want to work with this guy. This little dweeb. Tired of him.
The New Day heel turn was booked as bad as the Seahawks throwing an interception on the 1 yard. That really happened. I don't recall that. That really happened.
the Super Bowl, man. It was a Super Bowl. That was the reference I just made.
Okay.
Dragon Lee should be so much more in WWE. Yeah, he is Mexican Jericho. He is. No, like Dragon
Hola,
Lee.
amigos. Hola, amigos.
The issue with Dragon Lee is this. It's just like the problem with Dragon Lee is not his.
He got called up
in-ring
too
work.
soon. He got called up too soon.
They rushed him for no reason. If he had a little bit more time on NXT, he would be fine. But the problem was they rushed him up to the main roster, and they had no plan for him. Besides that, you're going to be in this Rey Mysterio vortex, and then it was just like Rey Mysterio, decided, oh, he's not ready for Mania, so put Andrade in the match. The little guy decided that was the call. But then he was.
Agree with Chase. Dragon was supposed to be a big deal, but now he feels like another guy on the roster. You're not the only one either. There's a lot of people.
They literally called him up because he worked well with Dom on NXT. They're like, oh wow, this guy worked great with Dom. Let's give Dom a guy that he can actually beat. And then it's just like this is where sometimes even though I hate the idea of the cruiserweight division, this is where the cruiserweight title sometimes is missed, because then it's that's the title that Dragon Lee can have where he can showcase his skills with other guys that are on his speed. And then it's just oh, this guy's incredible. And then when you want to build him up as a heavyweight, at least he had a credible time as a cruiserweight. But the problem is, it's just once you get labeled as a cruiserweight, most fans just view you as that. And it's not like back when Ray was getting pushed, because Ray was unique. He looked different. He felt different than a lot of the other cruiserweights. Dragon Lee just feels like every other luchador they've been trying to replace Rey Mysterio. So it's just everyone's just going to be oh, they're just trying to replace Ray. But you can't replace Ray when Ray's still around. He's protecting his stupid spot. He's just oh, no one can take my greatest Mexican luchador spot ever. At all. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, but Dragon Lee should be so much more. But the problem is he's just stuck in the Mysterio vortex. And until Ray gets injured for 8 months or, retires, he's stuck. He's just stuck there. He's stuck in the pudgy Mysterio vortex, just floating around. Comes out with this crappy theme music. We're gonna walk into the flame. And it's oh my god, what is this crap?
Is he still the speed champion? By the way, is he, or is he? I'm not. I haven't watched the show. I don't even know
when WWE doesn't even promote that show that much anymore, because they were promoting it heavy. They don't even tell you when the matches are happening or anything.
Nothing.
Nothing the idea and the concept of it is fine. Yeah, he's still the speed champion. He's been champion since November. He's beaten. He beat, I believe, Andrade, who was the champ at the time. Yeah, he beat Andrade, who's still the longest reigning speed champion
of all time. Yeah. Dragon Lee is booked like Sin Cara without the botching.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He needs his own Callisto, man. He needs his little lucha something. He needs look, Ray and Dragon Lee being a tag team, going for the tag team titles. I'm fine with that. That's cool.
Me too.
But it's just the Mysterio vortex. People don't want to admit it. People don't want to see it. They just look at Ray as this great Hall of Famer. But I'm calling Ray out on his bullshit. I'm tired of this. If I have to be the one to say it first, and then you guys help spread the word, and then more bigger YouTubers start saying it, and more bigger IWC people saying it, then we can finally put a stop to this little monster.
Absolutely. From there, we got the clubhouse. In the club, we saw Finn and Dom. They're still bickering about how disappointed the group. How Dom Mysterio couldn't beat AJ Styles last week, right? And got speared by Braun Breaker. And then obviously Dom, clapped back by saying, "Oh, but you lost to Seth Rollins after I got you that match." And they're still going at it because Dom still wants a new member in the clubhouse in the Judgment Day. How it could benefit with a new member. Who can that be? We don't know, right? Do you feel like it could benefit with a new member? I mean, at this point, it just feels like NWO 2000 right now. Since Rhea and Priest left, it just feels like, all right, it's the scraps of the Judgment Day now.
Yeah, there's that rumor they should have just changed that Judgment Day's name was going to be called Street Trash and stuff. They should have probably just done that, called them Street Trash, because they've been stinking for a minute, and it just hasn't felt really, really good at all. It looks like Finn most likely is going to get kicked out for said new member, and this will maybe lead to a rare Finn Balor push, which I don't believe will ever happen, but we'll have to wait and see. With the diamond. I mean, did you not see in the back there was the Damon lunchbox right there? Like you know how people are with Triple H segments. They'll look at every little hint and detail in the back.
Or the new IGN interest with the demon Finn Balor and shit.
The Damon and stuff. You know, we have one person to blame for all this Finn Balor nonsense, and that's the current number one contender to the AEW title, Cope Edge. This guy absolutely ruined this man's career because he felt it was best to go over at the Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania 39. Fucking Cope Hogan, this piece of shit. Should have just put him over. Should have just put him over.
But they didn't want to do the business. What a shame.
Dude, this is a good shot, Jeffrey. This would be good. Finn versus the newest member of the Judgment Day. And then it's Aleister Black, and Aleister Black is the new leader. Gives Aleister Black something that would be actually interesting for him. And I think he would benefit more still being in a group than just him coming out, doing his little sitting thing, doing his karate kicks.
Yeah. I hope for a new member, but please don't let it be Aleister Black. It could be. Could very well be.
So, feel like we're leaning towards that direction.
Yeah. Imagine they just swerve everybody and they put in, I don't know, Rusev with the Judgment Day. I don't know.
It wouldn't be bad. They need a heavy. They don't have a heavy.
I've seen some weird shit. Remember at one point, Zeb Coulter was with Alberto Del Dipshit. I mean, hey.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was there live when Zeb Coulter announced him. I thought Jack Swagger was going to face John Cena when Zeb Coulter came out, and then he asked the AAA Mega Champion at the time to come out and face John Cena. Beat him too.
Now he's feuding with Mr. Iguana over there at AAA. After this, we got Gunther. He's announced he had a match set up for tonight featuring himself and an opponent of his choosing, right? Because he's got the WrestleMania spirit. He's excited to end Jey Uso's circuit. So this was a hand-picked opponent by Gunther. And he chose none other than Akira Tozawa, who was doing TikTok dances backstage with the Alpha Academy. And he basically said he chose him because he reminds him of himself. You know, at one point, Akira Tozawa, just like Gunther, was out of shape and was criticized, ridiculed, and he got himself in this amazing shape, right? And tore it up, and he just doesn't like what he sees now and how he's being wasted. And they have the match. And look, if you would have told me going into this, man, Tozawa's chances are like a plus 10,000. Like, there's no way and again, they gave him moments in the match. Like Tozawa got like a 2 count, right? Got kicks in. You see like the welt on Gunther's face and chest, right? There's a moment where Tozawa chops Gunther, and then Gunther just chops him back, and it sounded like a gunshot. Gunther put Tozawa in the Boston Crab, and you see Otis and Maxine at ringside trying to cheer on for Tozawa to get to the rope. Even though, honestly, he could have just stretched his arm out and he was there. But he had to fight like he had to crawl to the rope. But when it was all said and done, Gunther locked in that choke at the end and Tozawa passed out. It was over before you know it. And then obviously after this, Otis got in the ring. It looked like he was going to go at it with Gunther. Gunther left. And the whole thing, Gunther comes right back in while Otis wasn't looking, and he attacks Otis, attacks him, puts the beating on, chokes him as well. And then you hear, "Woo, so!" And he runs to the ring again because they got to play the music. Everyone got to be yeeting. Cole and Pat McAfee were yeeting too. They were yeeting it up. And then obviously Gunther left, and they're just checking up on Tozawa. And yeah. You got to show people, hey, Gunther's still dominant, right? He's this champion for all that stuff. So being that he doesn't have a match on Saturday, kind of weird, but hey, it's crazy. You're like, bro, we're on the road to WrestleMania. Second PLE on the road to WrestleMania, and Gunther doesn't have a world title match. What are we doing?
Yeah, Gunther, he got his WrestleMania match already set, so I guess there's no need to have a championship defense. But I absolutely love this segment. I'm a sucker for the trope. The world champion chooses a hand-picked opponent.
Me too.
and then they choose like one of the biggest jabronis. But I love that Gunther added that personal element of how he's just so disappointed where Tozawa's career is at. Like Gunther is such a piece of shit because like he actually had some fair points to be made. Like, hey, you sacrificed all this time, but instead of being like me, a world heavyweight champion, you're a goof backstage. When he said goof, I was like, did I write this segment? Because that's my favorite word, goof, goofy. I was just like, wow, I loved when Gunther called him a goof and said, like, just trying to satisfy these people like Jey Uso. And I loved how he tied it back to Jey, where it's just like this is why he hates Jey Uso, is that Jey Uso has this connection with the WWE universe, and Gunther doesn't understand this connection. Like, he doesn't understand why people hate him, who's a master at his craft inside the ring, but they support idiots like Tozawa, idiots like Jey Uso. So that frustrates him. That frustrates him as a champion, because he feels when he's champion and he has the belt, you should be cheering and respecting him, but yet fans would rather yeet and do TikTok dances and support Tozawa being an idiot. And I love the little hope spots that they gave Tozawa. The crowd ate this up. Like,
he did.
They really, anytime Tozawa did anything, you were thinking Tozawa was going for the world title when this happened, but Gunther wins in a good fashion. Love the beatdown. Love Jey coming out for the save. I'm if they keep this up, I will say like this will probably be one of the better booked world title matches in quite some time. The one my one complaint is they need to start getting Jey and Gunther in main event segments, like the segment before the main event or something like later in the show, because them being kind of stuck in the middle of the card, it
doesn't feel like
it doesn't feel like
it's
a
the main
event.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, doesn't feel like a main event world title match. Feels like this is a good IC title match build. It doesn't
on night
feel like
one.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm getting ready for a big time world title match. So, like, opening segments, those are fine, but middle of the card, that's normally like the dead zone sometimes. So you got to start getting them in the main event, a big main event segment where Gunther stands tall or Jey stands tall to end the show. You got to get them at least 2 or 3 of those, maybe 2, just 2 of those segments, but they got to start pushing it more towards the main event to make it feel more important. Because once all the other matches and once all the other stuff starts going, there might be a week where we skip the Jey and Gunther build because they will say, "Oh, we got to build this, we got to build that, we got to build that." And you know, if it's Punk, Roman, and Rollins, that's going to feel a lot bigger than the world title match, and it doesn't even have a belt. And you'll need to find a way to make it where Jey and Gunther can feel at that same level. Not saying we'll overshadow it, but you got to make it where it feels at that same level. And you know they're going to invest a lot of time in Rhea and Bianca if that is the match they decide to do. So Jey and Gunther might get put on the back burner a little bit. And the way that this build is going, it's really good. I wouldn't put it on the back burner. You want to make it feel important. You want Jey Uso to go to name main event Jey Uso, and you want that World Heavyweight Championship to feel like a prestigious title that you're fighting for. Because right now that title has taken a hit since Seth lost it. You know, Drew had it for like a cup of coffee. Priest had a semi-okay run where he didn't really do too much with it. Gunther felt like, okay, he's the successor to what Seth brought to the title. And then it just has been a disappointing title reign. And now we're setting up Jey Uso, who I think will be a really good champion for sure, given the opportunities that he has and how over he is with the crowd. But you gotta start putting it in a significant spot on the card, not this dead air middle of the card type of segment.
For sure. I think Jey versus Gunther will start feeling like a Mania main event after we find out who is facing Cody. Could very well be. Gunther took Tozawa's soul to the Shadow Realm. Oh, for sure. It's like if Gunther is Bakura, almost,
hanging out with Yugi's grandpa.
Yeah, basically right now. Yugi!
That's all that fool did. All he did was just get freaking sent to the Shadow Realm every season. Didn't do shit.
Bakura was my guy, though, bro. I know everyone loved Pegasus or Kaiba and all that stuff, but Bakura was my guy, bro.
Bakura was one of the greatest mid-carders in the Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. You need someone to get put over? Yeah, just have Bakura duel them, and then he'll
Yeah.
lose and put that guy over. He made Merrick look like a threat. Like Merrick, what a jobber. What not a great main event heel. And then afterwards, like Merrick, he had to become evil Merrick. And then they were
Yeah.
like, really you have to make this guy have a traumatic past and everyone, who cares? And then Bakura challenged him to a shadow game, and then we saw how evil Merrick could be. Because when you're out eviling Bakura, I mean, you're doing something right. So
yeah, exactly. Absolutely. But from there, where's this at? Here we go. We did get the vignette for the women's chamber match, but then we got the women's intercontinental championship match. Lara Valkyria versus Dakota Kai in a rematch from their inaugural, women's intercontinental championship match that happened a couple of weeks ago, where Lara did win. I thought this match, for the most part, look, it was fast paced. It was fine for the most part. Would I say this was better than their first match? Not quite, but obviously, when it was all said and done, Lyra did get the win. Just felt kind of random, like she just hits that one move and it was done. I felt like it was going to be a kick out, and it wasn't. So that's just me. Of course, I was expecting a kick out of this, but Lyra did win. She retains her title, and they go to embrace. And then after this, Ivy Nile shows up. She runs to the ring, German suplex, Lyra Valkyria, lays her out. So she wants next for the title, even though she did lose the week prior to Dakota Kai. Likely, this could be a match somewhere down the road on Monday Night Raw. But your thoughts, Chase, on the women's Intercontinental title match?
No, Lyra needs more of these. That's all I really got to say.
Yeah, she
does. Nothing more else to say. I mean, we know Lyra can wrestle. That's her strongest suit. So
yeah,
maybe do more of that with her. But yeah,
for sure. After this, we did get obviously Nile was interviewed and says she won't stop until she's the women's Intercontinental champion. And the Creed Bros will get another shot at the tag team titles next week, which is official, by the way. It will be the Creed Bros versus the Creed Bros from American Made versus the War Raiders for the tag titles next week on Raw in Buffalo. So there's that too. Do I see them winning? I wouldn't mind it. Would not mind it at all, but time will tell. We don't even know when Chad Gable's coming back from his lucha libre lessons and stuff like that. From there, we did see the sit-down interview between Sami Zayn and Jackie Redmond, and he hyped his unsanctioned match for the Elimination Chamber. He did say that, after what Kevin did last week, when Kevin went to Sammy's house and you saw the, the image of Sammy's wife with his, with her child, right? Sami Zayn went to Kevin's house to do something similar, but then he bumped into Kevin's mom. And they were catching up and stuff like that. And Sammy just felt ashamed for what he was going to do at that moment. And again, just Sammy hyping up this match. Because again, they go back so long. And I thought this was a very good, passionate, promo from Sammy showing real emotion here. And again, these two guys, what they say, they're meant to do this forever. So now let's do it in Canada, in Rogers Center, the old Sky Dome. Your thoughts, Chase, on the segment? I thought it was great.
Oh yeah, tremendous, great stuff by Sami Zayn here. Building up the hype and the anticipation for him versus Kevin Owens. Like, look, we've seen this match a gajillion times already. We know that these guys are going to go out there, put on a banger. But just like adding in that this might be the worst encounter of them all. This might be a match. That's why WWE can't sanction it, because they might go out there and kill each other. Sammy, is not being the Sami Zayn that he knows that he can be, the best version of himself. Kevin Owens has obviously taken him into a place where he doesn't like. And, Kevin Owens, not taking any blame. There's a lot of reasons why things haven't gone his way, and he's just being a great piece of shit. So hopefully it just delivers on the words that are being said, that these two will go out there and have an insane bonkers, like I need at least like a Triple H versus Shawn Michaels level of unsanctioned match between these two. And I'm sure both those guys, being such huge fans, they're gonna do at least one, maybe two callback spots to that unsanctioned match. Maybe a couple callback spots from their time in Ring of Honor, especially that Ladder Wars match that everyone fondly remembers if you were watching Ring of Honor at the time. So it definitely got me excited for the match. Like, this is why I feel like, it should probably main event because it is unsanctioned. It would be technically, a match that WWE won't be responsible with because Elimination Chamber would technically be over. But I understand that it won't main event. And I just really hope that these two go absolutely crazy on
Yeah.
Saturday. Like, I just want to see a bonkers match between these two, and I just want to see
Blood.
yeah, blood, whatever you need to do to tell the story. Get it where it's like Kevin Owens. Yeah, just give us a great match and a great hardcore match. Like, not a great match per se, but
A fight.
a great fight, hardcore match between these two where they truly want to kill each other.
Of course, that's all we're hoping for here at the end of the day between these two guys. And I think they can definitely deliver on that end. After this, we did see Roxanne Perez and Bayley had a quick backstage confrontation where Bayley said that she pictures one day Roxanne Perez being a future women's world champion, but it just won't be this year WrestleMania. For the most part, I predict here that Roxanne Perez eliminates Bayley in the chamber. I see that happening. But we'll see how that goes. After that, anything you want to add about that, Chase? Anything you want to mention about that regarding the Roxanne Perez and Bayley? Okay.
I feel like you hit the nail on the head. Like, it's either building up a match between them at Mania or at Stand Deliver. One of those two events. Yeah. I would like it to be at Mania, but,
Me too.
Stand Deliver, I feel like they're going to try to stack that card up just as well.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. After this, we had Bianca and Naomi cutting the promo, hyping up their main event match. After this, we saw Braun Breaker and Dominic Mysterio going at a non-title match. The match ends in a disqualification after Carlito and Balor attack Braun Breaker, but then Braun Breaker attacks Spears Carlito. He attacks Dominic, and it looked like Finn Balor was going to attack him from behind, right? Attack him and shit. And Braun Breaker caught on. And there's that confrontation where just Braun Breaker just woofing like a dog almost at Finn Balor. And Finn Balor retreats, like he backs away. Some people are saying, oh, this is the beginning of Braun Breaker's babyface turn. I think it's more like tweener. He's just a badass. Just a badass. Simple as that. But the fans can cheer him. Yeah, they're already cheering him as it is. He did do that one spot. He did like the Frankensteiner off the top rope, off the top turnbuckle on the dominant. That's always impressive as all hell. And the fact that this dude can run 23 miles hitting the ropes, fucking insane as it is. But your thoughts on the match, Chase, and what this led to? And do you see the hey, babyface turn, badass,
Yeah, no, I think just keep him as he is. Like, fans are gonna bark regardless. It doesn't matter if he's a heel or babyface. I think Braun is like the perfect. He can be a heel when you need him to be a heel, or he can be a hot babyface when you need him to be a babyface. The crowd, even when he was facing Jay, who was one of the hottest, the crowd was still barking. It wasn't like the crowd hated Braun Breaker. Like, honestly, like, I just feel you keep him how he is. Like, you just gotta find a way to keep him hot and Jacob out too hot until those two motherfuckers collide, because that's the match where obviously people are very intrigued by between those two individuals. So
yes,
keep doing what you're doing with Braun Breaker. All it means is that Finn, he most likely will be one of the missing components in the multi-man ladder match, or maybe saw something in Braun Breaker's eyes and he said to himself, this is our new member of the Judgment Day. This is who we need at the Judgment Day. And, Finn tries to goad Braun Breaker into joining the Judgment Day, and obviously it'll fail. Braun Breaker's not going to join no freaking Judgment Day and stuff. No, maybe there'll be a week he wears the T-shirt, and then Finn and the group, they're all happy they got Braun, and then he immediately like starts running the ropes, spears Dom, I Show Speed style, rips the Judgment Day shirt, crowd goes barking, and then he spears Finn, and then he spears Carlito and stuff. So like that probably is what it's going to lead to, but I felt Finn was looking into the eyes. He said, that's my guy. That's who you want a new member of the Judgment Day. That's who we're going to get. We got to get Braun Breaker on the Judgment Day train.
For sure. Absolutely. Alan Rice here. Kevin versus Sammy will feel like a death match with a Viper waiting for Kevin to let his guard down. Could be. I mean, potentially I do see Kevin Owens versus Randy at WrestleMania. I see that happening. And potentially Sammy versus Karrion Kross. I can see that happening. Chase, what about you?
Yeah. No, I can see. Yeah, Kevin Owens and Randy, I think, is the WrestleMania match. As for Sammy, I don't know. Like, I feel like he's earned, like, no, not to diss Karrion Kross. It's just Karrion Kross is not. Sammy's at that point where it's like, get him a guy that you feel like he needs, like, especially if Sammy's like, I'm not going to be in any of these multi-man matches. Give Sammy a guy that you feel will benefit wrestling him, not a guy that where it's just like is there an NXT guy where you just really want to push him, or there's like another guy that you're re-signing or something? Like, this is where like you like for example, Sammy versus Shinsuke, whereas like Shinsuke's coming to NXT. Oh, who's the guy that could face him and give him a great match in his first match in WWE? Oh, Sami Zayn. Perfect. That's where Sami Zayn's at now in his career. That, like, Karrion Kross, like, as much as he's been doing great character work, it doesn't feel like a Sami Zayn WrestleMania opponent. Doesn't feel like a guy that Sami Zayn should really put over, to be honest. So I feel like Sami Zayn, he's more of like, hey, is there anyone else that we really like? Is there someone that we feel could get a lot out of Sammy, but also get a good rub out of him? That's the route I would go. I would take Sami Zayn facing someone else. Like, I don't know who that person is, man. I don't know who it is, to be honest, when it comes to like who Sammy could face at Mania. Karrion Kross, it's like the match should be fine, but it's not something that I feel is worthy for a guy on Zayn's level come WrestleMania. Like, come on, like the guy, like the last two Manias, he main evented night one, and he ended Gunther's 666-day title reign. So we're telling me that guy all of a sudden now is going to be wrestling Karrion Kross, who last year at WrestleMania was like in a throwaway, like, we just need a hardcore match because we're in Philly match, like that where the table broke and everything, it just collapsed and it ruined the ending spot. Like, come on, like we need better for Sami Zayn on that one. Like, I'm sure Kross and Zayn would be fine if they wrestled. I like awarding Karrion Kross. You can award Karrion Kross in other ways, like the SmackDown under the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, give him that. Yeah, give him that.
Kross was perfect after WrestleMania for Sami Zayn. Like you don't just
Backlash.
You don't put Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn on WrestleMania, especially where Sami Zayn's at in his career. Like, that is just not good. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, perfect. These guys have great history. They've been building up these guys for quite some time. I'm fine with it. Sami Zayn, you got to find someone that's on that same level, on that match same level. Because if KO is going to face Randy Orton, Sami Zayn got to be facing someone on that same echelon or that same level of match.
I disagree with this one. I don't think Trick is ready for main roster yet. Like, nah, brother.
Sammy needs to face someone that's like, hey, they're good wrestler. We just think if they face Sami Zayn, it will take them over the top.
Ethan Page.
Like Ethan Page. There we go. Like, Ethan Page is someone that you could use as an example. Maybe if you want to bum rush Ricky Saints is another guy that I could think of. We talked about Finn and Aleister Black. Aleister Black return match with Sami Zayn. That feels like a lot better than Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross.
Yeah. Philip writes here, I'm at work, but I'm doing a quick drop by to say hi. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Hopefully you're having a good day at work, brother. Go get that paper, man. Jagan King writes here, is Punk versus Logan gonna happen at Chamber? Is one of the two men in the Chamber match.
It will happen eventually, but not at this year's Mania.
Well, we know Logan Paul will mop the floor with Punk, but I mean, that's no here or there. Bayley versus Roxanne Perez by Christopher Leclerc. Yeah, possible as well. But from there, we did get Cody Rhodes, who's from SmackDown, by the way. A SmackDown super again. I thought we were
the champ.
It doesn't matter. I listened to them. They never explained this. They never specified, right? To my understanding, the transfer portal was done. You can't go to another show, and vice versa. It's over, right? But here he is. It looked like he was going to respond here to The Rock regarding will he be his champion, and he gets in the ring, and who happens to show up? Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins interrupts him, and you can just look. You can just see the look in Cody's face, like it's like when Punk and everyone, whenever Seth interrupts, like they get mad, like what the fuck, man. Just the look on his face just said it all. And basically, Rollins says that he is risking everything to help Cody Rhodes win. That he risked it all, right, at WrestleMania last year to see Cody win the championship last year, right? Went out there in the Shield gear, right? Fucked up knee, fucked up back, right, and all that stuff. And he doesn't want to be made to regret that. And Cody calls Rollins a hypocrite and brings up his past as a corporate champion in their previous feuds, right? And Rollins says that he's trying to stop Cody from making the same mistakes that he made. So he will be challenging for the title at Mania, basically. I thought this segment was good for the most part. I know people are speculating, who can be The Rock's champion, right? People are saying Punk, people are saying Cena. Honestly, you might have to throw another third person in there, like the Seth Rollins. Could it be Seth as a third person, Chase?
Yeah,
potentially,
sure, it could be Seth. It's just Seth is not on the level of like Cody or Cena. Like, and are you really going to run Seth versus Cody at WrestleMania as your main event? Like, that's not box office. Like, it's a good main event. It's good. It was a good mid-card match at WrestleMania 38. It's not a main event for WrestleMania. We got to stop. It's going to be Cody and Cena.
For sure. Come on, Steve. WWE hasn't cared about the brand splits in 2017. They should care. They should care. Romeo writes here, Triple H had to fix The Rock's mess from Friday. That's why Cody was on. I'll allow it. Theory and Waller being on the show made less sense, though. Aren't they on Raw, though?
No, they got transferred there, Romeo. They've been on Raw. They got transferred there, and they just haven't done shit since.
Yes.
They've been doing more on NXT.
They were on NXT. They were all the Femi, doing the honors.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about doing shit on the show they got transferred to. They were a hot commodity coming. They wanted to leave Nick Aldis so bad, and then they left, and they haven't been used since. I mean, we didn't really talk about the one segment where it was Grayson Waller was just being a Reddit user to Jey Uso, and Jey Uso is telling you how he feels about these Reddit users. He doesn't care. They don't care. Like here's the thing: when Jey comes out, fans give a huge reaction. Yeet. When they go into town for their merchandise, who sells out? Yeet. Yeet. I'm just who is a top merch mover on WWEshop.com with all the different Yeet color t-shirts?
Jey Uso, main event Jey.
Yeah. And when we go to the superstore, what's one of the shirts Steve and I are going to be looking at?
Jey Uso, everything Yeet. Vegas inspired.
Yeet.
Yeet. Vegas inspired Yeet. I guarantee there'll be like a UFC inspired Yeet t-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, Jey. Keep in mind Jay's numbers. He was number 3 in the Royal Rumble, like in terms of merch. He outbeat Roman Reigns in merchandise, like his cousin. That's the biggest star next to Cody. Like, come WrestleMania. And then once he won the Rumble, his merch moved to number 1. Come WrestleMania, the orange Yeet shirt, the blue Yeet shirt, the red Yeet shirt, whatever Yeet shirts that they have there, they're all going to move up. They're all going to move up. And when he wins the title, which is most likely night 1,
if he wins the title,
that Sunday, when they have the new Yeet champion shirts, those are going to be selling like hotcakes too. This guy is a merch mover. So as much as you may not like that this guy cannot work a middle of the match and he stinks in the ring, it does not matter, because Jey Uso has found a rare thing most wrestlers cannot get: connection with the crowd. And not just connection with the crowd, long-term connection with the crowd. Has been over for a while. It's not like, oh, well, it was fun doing this for a few weeks. Every single week, like, and there's history of like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Like it started. The
IGN had to update their entry for Jey Uso because people were complaining like they're not doing even though some of them are doing this almost like You know what I'm saying? But like they're diving into a pool.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they're
but
swimming.
still,
But yeah, no, Jey Uso is mad over. Y'all just gotta accept the fact that Jey Uso is over. And look, it started in France. That France crowd literally took Jey Uso over the top because they made the Yeet look cool. And then even though the Yeet lost the lights because of the wide six, Jey still stayed over. And despite bad booking of Jey Uso, he has remained over with the crowd. The crowd absolutely loves this guy.
him.
Like, if you want one entrance where you're just like, well, Chase, name an entrance that he had that wasn't at a big show before, I will give you one. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso segment where Jimmy Uso was trying to convince Roman to realign with Jey before their crown jewel match.
In Brooklyn.
Was it Brooklyn? Oh, I thought it was a different.
Remember they taped the SmackDown after.
Yeah, so
and Saudi, remember?
Yeah. So Jimmy is trying to convince Roman. Roman's doesn't say anything, and then Jay's music hits. And then Roman looks at the entrance ramp because he thinks everyone comes from the entrance ramp, but Jay comes from the crowd. That crowd was hot as fuck for Jay. They were singing his lyrics like no other crowd before. And then even when the music ended, they ended off singing his lyrics, and he got the biggest reaction in the ring. This guy has stayed hot and stayed over and has been connected with the fans for over a fucking year. And that's even after having the worst WrestleMania match of all time with his brother Jimmy at the Showcase of Immortals. It does not matter. This guy will remain over and has a special connection with the crowd. Indeed. We haven't seen this type of connection since Bryan Danielson. Have not. So
yes, movement.
Suck it up. Deal with it.
Enjoy the ride you're being taken on.
Yeah, just enjoy this ride. It's way better than most rides that we've been taking on. Yeet. As for Seth and Cody, really great stuff between them. I love that Cody's not a stupid baby face. Like most other baby faces would be like, thank you, Seth, for coming out here and telling me not to do this. But Cody's like, oh, you're one to talk. You, out of all people, the reason why Roman Reigns who he is because of what you did selling out. It's like, oh, thank God Cody's not an idiot. Like, Cody just was like, oh, I was Stardust at the time. No, Cody brings up the fact that, Seth, you're the worst person to be telling me not to take this offer. I explained why I'm thinking about this offer. Hey, I don't want to end up like my dad. As much as Dusty's loved and revered, this guy, he was one of the bigger liars to me as a kid. He lied about everything. He
winning the title.
Yeah, winning the title. Like, he was trying to make ends meet at the age of 60. Yeah, sure, Cody's making good money now, but this ain't forever money. This ain't always going to be here. So Cody, he's at least giving a legit reason why he would even think this over. Even though he's going to say no, he gave at least a good human response of, hey, this is why I should probably think this over, because The Rock has a point. Look at him. Look at him post-wrestling. That could be me post-wrestling. And then Seth coming out, I like that, when Cody called him out, he got a good rebuttal. He's like, you're right. I'm filled with hatred, and I don't want that to become you. Like, Seth is almost saying he doesn't want people to end up like how he's ended up, because Seth is such a broken individual. He's not the visionary, this calm, collected guy you think. He's broken because of all the mistakes he's made in the past. That's why he's gone through many gimmicks. That's why he is who he is now, because he's broken. He's this guy that literally, that's why all his themes are mixed together, and that's why he acts crazy how he is. He dresses how he does. It's because this man is not a sane individual. All the things that Seth Rollins has done in the past has broken this guy, and the only way that he can stay sane is being this weird human being. And he does not want Cody Rhodes to go down the same route he did, because it's almost ruined Seth just as a professional. And so I really like that Seth had a legit reason, and that one of the reasons why he doesn't want Cody to take this offer is because he wants to face the Cody Rhodes he knows and loves, not the Cody Rhodes that becomes someone else. And I thought it was great. I thought both guys hit a home run. It did a great job, too, at making you think that Seth, whatever odd chances that he has, could win the actual Elimination Chamber match. So I felt they did a great job with this segment, and terrific stuff overall.
CP's right. It's funny. The funny thing is, all funny is all the thing Rock is actually what Cody wanted to be shoot wise. Yeah, I mean, if you watched that the Cody documentary on Pico, which I actually went to rewatch on Sunday, right? Yeah, they did acknowledge the fact that after high school, he didn't want to go to college. He wanted to go to Hollywood. He wanted to be a wrestler, obviously, but he first wanted to get the acting done, and so he went to Hollywood and all that stuff, and just didn't work out for him. So, yeah, you can make that argument as well. Cody wanted to be a big time Hollywood star first. Is Jay Uso more popular than Daniel Bryan?
Not really.
As far as numbers wise, merch wise, I think Jay has surpassed Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, merch wise, he's definitely way more popular in terms of merch when it comes to Daniel Bryan. But overall, like Bryan was like a different story because it was like
the true underdog.
Yeah, he was like the guy people wanted in the main event, and WWE just didn't want him in the main event, so they found a way to get him and stuff in the main event. Like Jay's more of like, it's cool to see the journey he's on. Like they've done a great job with him. He's kind of being built up to be a main eventer. While Danielson, it was like this was the guy like that people really wanted, and WWE refused to push.
You had people hijacking shows with his name. That's how bad. That's how over Bryan was at one point. Like you had, that when they made Rey Mysterio a heel coming out of number 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rey Mysterio came out at number 30 and they booed him. Like they picked Rey out of anyone because they're like, oh, no one boos Rey Mysterio. And it was like, you hear booyaka, booyaka. And that really hurt Rey for a long time because Rey wasn't the same after that, because then he was just getting booed because people were still remembering that he said yes to this instead of like saying, no, guys, I think Daniel Bryan should be in the Royal Rumble, you know? So, yeah. He's not
cooler than Bryan, that's for sure. Yeah, he's more cooler, more for sure. After this, we did see, obviously, like we mentioned earlier, the whole segment with Grayson Waller and Theory acting like Reddit users on Jey Uso, right? But before that, obviously, Jay was checking on Tosawa, who's in the trainer's room, getting iced up. But then we got the main event match, the Women's Tag Team Championship match, the Judgment Day of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus the Tag Team Champs of Naomi and Bianca Belair. This match was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone that says, oh, Steve doesn't like women's wrestling, this and that, bro, this match slapped 100%. The false finishes, you thought it was going to be over, and then no, it was not, right? There's some people who are saying, oh, what the hell? This match going to go to like 1040s and shit like that? Kind of did. Let me see. According to Cage Match, this match went about, almost literally 12 minutes. 12 minutes of just pure awesomeness, right? Dominic Mysterio was at ringside, distracting, all that stuff. But eventually it was all said and done. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are once again the Women's Tag Team Champions. This could possibly give a chance for Bianca to maybe win the chamber match, being that she's in the chamber, right? But nevertheless, Liv Morgan is once again a champion, this time with Raquel Rodriguez once again. But this was just fucking tremendous. Chase, your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, absolutely tremendous match between all four of these women. The false finishes were just absolutely insane. Like, I literally thought, like, this is the end of the match. This is it. Oh, wow. Like, these women were cooking with the false finishes. Like, it was really, really good. Like, Liv and Raquel, they might be the best women's tag team because they also cooked it with Damage Control a couple weeks ago as well. So I just think that this match right here, it just showed like, hey, this is what you can get out of the women's tag team division if you give the matches time and if you try to build we're not needing outstanding stories, but have at least some story added to it, add something to it to make you kind of care about who wins or loses this match. And they had a mini story with like, oh, like Jade Cargill got attacked and the potential suspects are Liv Morgan and Raquel. Okay, you have that little thing in there. Raquel also beat the tag team champions not too long ago, and then also Liv with the Finn Balor thing, saying, "Hey, just let me handle it." The Judgment Day stuff. So you have little stories. They're not anything groundbreaking, but when you add just like the little extra element of drama, it does make you care who wins or loses a match. And this was absolutely tremendous by all four women. And I did not know how the match was going to go. Like I was just like, every time that a finisher happened or a move that I was like, that's ending the match, they would either kick out or there'd be a run-in or interference. And I was just like, what's going on? Like, fun stuff. Like, this is just a great, this is like what I want out of all my TV main events. Like, this is what I want is just, when you're main eventing, this is how you get people to like want to watch these episodes and stuff, or like really great main event matches. It makes it feel like that the 2 hours that you invested into the show, that the last 10 or 15 minutes, you're going to be rewarded with either a great main event segment or a great main event match. And I felt very invested. I felt like, okay, I didn't waste my time watching Raw tonight. Like, I felt absolutely invested.
You listen to Liv, you win.
Yep.
That's the thing also, bro. It was just fucking tremendous, dude. And again, for coming from a guy who supposedly hates women's wrestling, this match it's on my list. Like I mentioned earlier, it's on the list. The women's match.
Steve, I saw your list. What events is the Royal Room?
Well, probably misspell. I gotta correct that, but still,
how do
Royal
you
Rumble.
Spell it by like like a lot of, and also like Penta versus Chad gave one episode of Raw. Really?
Hey, look, man, it was emotion. Like I said, these matches, not all of them will make the top 10. Not all of them will make the top 10, top 15. Okay,
just delete that one right now.
Some will be honorable mentions. Some will be honorable mentions down the road. Okay, again, there's still time in the year. There's still time in the year. Put it this way: there's matches. There's matches happening at Revolution that might make the list. Okay, but we'll see how that goes.
Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher,
maybe MJF Hangman. MJF Hangman.
MJF Hangman, Kenny Omega, Takeshi. There you go. There's that. We don't know Takeshi's basically Kenny Omega yet because Takeshi has to defend his own title to face Kenny Omega.
Yes. Unless Jade returns and costs Bianca Belair the Elimination Chamber on Saturday. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But overall, I thought Raw was a very, very good show, good matches. That main event. If you have not gone back and watch it, go back and rewatch it. Hell, you can even go back and rewatch, my guy Logan Paul slapping the taste out of CM Punk's mouth. And, of course, that opening match between Penta, Ludwig, and Pete Dunne. Chase, your thoughts on Raw as a whole?
Yeah, no, I thought it was a solid episode. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. My only complaint is, like, didn't get too much in the we didn't get too much, like, build towards Chamber with, like, certain matches and stuff, but the build that was there was really good. So, what did Cage match give the match, Steve?
The main event out of 10, 8.33 out of 10.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
And normally,
pretty good.
Normally, you only get 8 if you go 20+ minutes. So,
and the show as a whole is an 8.10 out of 10. An 8.10 out of 10. So, now that we finished reviewing Monday Night Raw, stick around, folks. Stick around because now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to give you the Elimination Chamber preview. That's right. As you guys know, it goes down this Saturday live from Rogers Center, the old Sky Dome in beautiful Toronto, Canada. This is the last stop on the road to WrestleMania. And those of you wondering, too, this will also be a separate video as well on the channel. All right. But Chase, what's your overall excitement for the Chamber match, the Chamber show as a whole?
Despite it being just like 4 matches, I've actually been pretty excited for Chamber because one, it's like cool, it's finally here. We can get onto the road to WrestleMania, awesome, and stuff. And then 2, I tend to like, even though the Elimination Chamber has been watered down, I tend to like Chamber as a whole. It's been one of the shows that like doesn't always deliver, but I just get excited for the Chamber match. But yeah, no, I think it became way more exciting now with the addition of The Rock, but I feel the undercard matches minus Tiffy Trissy time versus Nia Jackson, Candice. I'm pretty stoked for most of the stuff that's going to happen. The women's chamber should be fun and unpredictable. The men's chamber, even though the winner seems pretty predictable, I think they're going to tell really good stories in there. And Rock and Cody and Kevin and Sammy, they're going to kill it. So yeah, exactly. I'm pretty excited. Just because, like I said, once this event is over, we finally on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, and for us, since we're going to Mania, for us, it's like now we know. Okay, this is what you're expecting, right? I know, like during the summer, people were predicting what could be the main event. Now we just know now you know what you're walking into in Vegas, basically. So that's why I'm more excited. Get this finally. We're done after Saturday. I know what I can expect. Enjoy that weekend when it comes and all that stuff. And yeah, it's excitement. Also, I will be showing on this on the screen share as well the betting odds, courtesy of Bet Online as well. So let's begin with the preview here. We start the show off, and again, who to say the show starts off the way we're showing it? You never know. Imagine that happens. Is there a prop for that, by the way? If you predict the way imagine,
no.
Holy shit. But we start things off here with the women's elimination chamber match between Roxanne Perez, Bayley, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, and obviously the former women's tag team champions. Obviously, the graphics have been updated. That's on WWE's part. Bianca Belair. Now, if you're wondering what these betting odds are, again, all this is courtesy of Bet Online. Let's see here. Let's go. Boom. We go to the women's here. As we speak, Bianca's a minus 425. Naomi's a plus 700. Liv Morgan's a plus 450. Roxanne Perez, a plus 1600. Alexa Bliss, plus 600. And Bayley's a plus 2500.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. Let me zoom in on this real quick. God damn it. Is that good?
Yeah, we can.
That good, Chase?
Yeah,
All right, just making sure. Just making sure.
Maybe you want to click X to your little betting slip thing. You can click X on that.
I'm not even betting anything. I'm not even betting anything on this.
No, it's just my bets. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
There we go.
So overall, I mean, look, they're telling you basically it's all Bianca Belair, which I definitely see happening. But if you're to pick a dark horse, Chase, who would you pick as you don't see it coming, unexpected?
Come on. I've been on the train. You expect me to jump off the train now? Roxanne Perez. I mean, they've been building her up. They've been building this woman up, and I am telling you that plus 1600. Woo!
How much you put on it, Chase?
Don't worry how much I put on it. That's on a need to know basis. But yeah, I feel there's a great chance for Roxanne Perez to win this match. They've been building her up really, really well. They've been they kind of called that's why I'm with CP. Like they've called her up, video package, have her win. I feel like I'm just feeling like Bianca. She's obvious, and that Bianca and Rhea, that makes a lot of sense for Vegas. Like I'm not against that match happening at all, to be honest. Like I really am not. It's just I feel like Bianca, they have something else planned for her. Like I feel like there's something else planned for Bianca to have another a one-on-one match with Jade. Like I truly believe that's the route we're taking with Bianca, is she's facing Jade at WrestleMania. But if they do Bianca and Rhea, they do have a good amount of time to heat it up, even though it's not at the levels that fans want it to be. Just the fact that match is happening finally one-on-one, and it's at Mania, and it's going to be like the first time for them doing it. Yeah, it makes sense for the first time to be at WrestleMania. There's been so many times in WWE's past where these great, epic first-time ever matches don't happen at like these big shows. Look at Cena and Roman Reigns. That happened at fucking No Mercy.
No Mercy.
I went there live. I was happy that I saw the first Cena and Reigns match that ever happened.
Big dog, Roman Reigns.
But Cena and Reigns, that's at least SummerSlam. At least with Cena and Batista, yeah, it sucked that the first time ever wasn't at Mania, but at least it was at SummerSlam. Like,
of course,
if you're gonna do these first time ever matches, they have to be at one of those big. I guess it's now the Big Five. They consider Money in the Bank one of their big shows now, but you gotta do it at one of these bigger events, and it's just Arabia. Like. Yeah, and that's the problem too. They might do it at Saudi Arabia, where it's just like most people will refuse to watch the show because of their beliefs. So it's just one of those things where it's like, it does make sense. Vegas, your company's hot, it's on fire. Bianca, Rhea, I'm cool with that happening. I'm just saying Roxanne's a great underdog to have because, hey, look, what's another theme that they've been going with the women title matches at Mania? The young star versus the established veteran. We have Tiffy entering as champion, facing the established veteran Charlotte Flair. I could see them doing the same thing with Roxanne Perez, where they book her, they make her feel strong. But what about the Bayley match? Yeah, they can finish that at NXT Roadblock. It's fine. You know, you're not
Or
missing
stand
out
and
much
deliver.
with that. So she's gonna wrestle the same day, Steve.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, it's true. I totally slipped my mind.
I love Roxanne, but I don't think her I don't think her
Double
body
duty Roxanne. Double duty, yo.
If anyone could pull a double duty, it is Roxanne Perez. I'll put money on that for sure. But yeah, no, Roxanne, I just feel the way they've been kind of building her up, it would make sense for her to go after Rhea, and you could tell a good story there with the size comparison and Roxanne Perez being the prodigy, and that this has happened so fast to her compared to Rhea, who struggled. And Roxanne can bring that up. Like, I never struggled on my way to the top. I've just been dominant every single time. You have this, Rhea. You have it all. You have the size, the looks, and everything. I never had it all. And look at where I'm at. That's why I'm the prodigy. And you can build that up, and I think it'll be good. Plus, they're in Vegas. It's the West Coast. They need someone that can habla español for all their español interviews that they're going to be asking. Hey, do you see Bianca speaking Spanish? You see
poquito, muy poquito.
Do you see mommy?
Despacito. Despacito.
Do you see Charlotte? Even though, yes, she was married to a man that could barely speak English, speaking Spanish. And we all know
she could probably speak it fluently, though, for sure.
And we all know Tiffany Stratton. She ain't speaking one lick of Espanol. Like she is like, you know, when you see the white girl that forces Spanish at a Mexican restaurant, that's Tiffany
Nachos,
Stratton.
por favor.
Nachos, por favor. Gracias.
No,
that's
and ice, please. Ice, please. Yellow, please. Just saying. But yeah.
I think Roxanne winning would be great. But my official prediction is Bianca winning. She's going to have a great performance in this chamber. I won't be surprised if Roxanne's in the final 3 or final 2, that's for sure. But I do think it comes down. Yeah, I do think it comes down to either Bianca and Liv or Bianca and Naomi as the final 2, with Bianca winning. And then you set up Bianca versus Rhea at WrestleMania. Two of the best women that they built up. Even though Bianca's kind of been like in a cold way lately, a cold wave, like Jey Uso, popular with the crowd. The fans absolutely love her. It's just
the little girls,
no matter what she does, fans love Bianca, and you can't take that away from her. Like, she could be in the worst storyline possible, but the fans, the minute they pop, they react, everything about Bianca is just a star. Everything about Rhea is just a star. So it makes sense, while the company is so white hot right now with the WrestleMania 41 build, that like WWE's on fire. Take advantage while you're on fire now. Do this match now before you're just doing it out of desperation, like they've done in the past, where they were like, well, there's no way we got to get fans to be interested somehow. Let's throw Cena and Roman Reigns at No Mercy. Like, we do not need Bianca versus Rhea, first time ever, at a random ass PLE. Just do it at WrestleMania. It's the only time that you're going to capitalize on it. Might as well take it. And it's a match where it's like, we don't know who can win that one. They can either reestablish Bianca as one of the top girls after taking a really good backseat, helping Jade get used to the WWE style, or they can continue the dominance and the superstar factor that is Rhea Ripley. So I think it's going to be Bianca winning, but Roxanne Perez is a great bet to make on. If you want to put $10 on it, win 160, you're not going to be complaining when it happens. And then you just lose out on lunch for one day. So it's something that I would suggest if you are going to do put some money on someone else that's in this match. If you feel confident that Bianca's winning, put $425 on her, win $100 back. You gain yourself an extra $100. That's pretty much how confident that you feel in Bianca. That, because minus 425, I always say this if you're going to bet wrestling, minus 500 and below. If you feel confident that that person is going to win, it's not a bad bet to place whatever their minus odds are to win an extra $100.
For sure. Christopher Leclerc here. I got Liv winning. Could be. You just never know. Alan Rice here. I got Belair winning. Would not be surprised if Liv wins instead. But let's move on. But yeah, I'm just like you. I'm going with Bianca Belair. But yeah, that Roxanne Perez argument is not a bad one. You just never know.
Liv, because she just won the tag
titles. Yeah, exactly. I don't see. Why
are people on the Liv train? Maybe I'm missing out on something.
I would not know. But after this, we continue on with the women's momentum here. We do have, like we mentioned earlier, the young movement, right? Here, speaking of, it's Tiffy time. That's right. Tiffany Stratton getting the endorsement here by the great veteran of Trish Stratus. Look. Oh. Tiffany Stratton should be honored of this great opportunity.
This is ridiculous.
The
First Lady of Canada not on the PLE. We have to watch SmackDown for the United States Women's Champion. She is merging countries together. The first and longest reigning U.S. champion in history for the WWE, and she's not on the chamber. We have to give it to this old hag. This Trish Stratus.
Whoa, come on. Look,
the Trishy vortex.
Trish paved the way. Trish paved the way, man.
Yeah, and guess what? A lot of women, when she paved that road, they have crushed that road and built a better road. Okay, we do not need this. This is terrible. Chelsea Green is being robbed. Honest. Chelsea is being robbed of a great opportunity to represent her country in America. I think she got in the middle of that ring in Toronto. I feel like everything the world would change. But no, we have to watch SmackDown. We're going to watch SmackDown to go see Chelsea bless us there. And we got to watch Tippy and Trishy, just win. LOL, Tippy, Trish win.
Yeah.
Why are we going to break this down? They're minus 2,000.
Well, yeah, I was going to show that right now. I was going to show that. Let's see here. Just for those who were wondering, just bet responsible, There we go. Minus 2,000. Nia Jackson Canada, a plus 700. For those of you that are wondering. Yeah. Obviously.
There's no chance.
Look, yeah, there's no chance. Again, you want to give Tiffany Stratton some momentum going into WrestleMania. She is the one defending her title against Charlotte Flair in the biggest match of her life, right? Before she does the honors at WrestleMania to Charlotte Flair, she has to first, get a win here over Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. So I see that happening, obviously. Read the chat here. I agree, Chase. Our girls Chelsea and Piper should be in the spot.
This is ridiculous. PZ just hating the first ever longest reigning United States champion of all time. Ridiculous.
Man, Romeo's Queen said no to the tag match at Chamber. Forgot Chelsea Green. She's the worst woman. Oh, come on,
Christopher O'Care, the first and only longest reigning U.S. champ. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Christopher
the replica sales on shops are through the roof.
The only random Bailey facts in the world. You can tell me when Bailey took a dump, but you cannot remember that Chelsea Green is the first and longest reigning U.S. champ.
Yes.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
The merch sales are through the roof right now on those replica belts on WWE Shop. Chelsea Green.
So her shirts are sold out. You can't even buy in wrestling fan sizes. You can't even buy that Chelsea Green shirt. I bought one of the last 7. I haven't opened it. I haven't even worn it. I just look at it and say, do I wear it? This could be a great collector's item. I want to wear this shirt and ruin what is a great collector's item of my first and only U.S. champ. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, let's move on here. Let's move on to the next match here. We do have the unsanctioned match, even though this likely could main event. I would hope it would main event because, again, there's 2 Canadian guys. These 2 guys have been doing this all over the world, and this is the first time that they get to wrestle on a big stage in Canada at Rogers Center. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, unsanctioned match. For those of you who are wondering here, but for the betting odds on this match, per Bet Online, I'm gonna have it here, and there it is. Kevin Owens a minus 175, Sami Zayn's a plus 135. If you're those of you who are
earlier, Kevin Owens was like minus 225.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So Vegas must know something here. But
No,
look,
that just means more people are betting on Sammy.
pretty much that could be too. Again, just the story that they've been doing here, right? Just again, the whole thing started, when Kevin Owens wanted Sammy to just do one thing for him. Look out for him. Make sure Kevin Owens walks out of the Royal Rumble as the WWE champion. He couldn't do that in Kevin's eyes, even though Sammy was looking out for Kevin, right? But Kevin didn't see him that way. And he had a package pile drive, right? There's concerns on Sammy's neck, right? Kevin Owens went to Sammy's house, and we mentioned that earlier in the Raw Rundown review that we did. You just know these two guys are going to go out there and go crazy. We did say also that this should be like a fight, not your traditional wrestling match back and forth. This should be a fight. Let them go out, go crazy. Weapons, blood, table spots. Let them recreate that spot from Final Battle 2012, Ring of Honor. If you've not seen that match, go rewatch it on Honor Club or some Peruvian Fight TV site, what have you. But we mentioned earlier too, there's potential that Kevin Owens could face Randy Orton at WrestleMania, right? So you might want to give Kevin Owens that momentum, right? Going in that he might have a Mania match. And I can see, honestly, Kevin's character is that kind of guy that could steal a win here. Go to the depths of the lowest of depths to get a win. So with that, look, it should be fine, crazy, but I'm going with Kevin Owens to get the win here over Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I echo the same thing that you said. I think Kevin Owens needs like a big win here, even though it's an unofficial win, it's unsanctioned. But I do think Kevin Owens does get a win here because like he's been losing too much ever since turning heel. And that's one of my biggest tropes is like someone turning good guy or bad guy and they just lose. And so I think Sami Zayn, like if it is planned that he doesn't really have a big match at Mania, even though I think he should, you got to give it to Kevin Owens here because Kevin Owens, he's going to be most likely facing Randy Orton. That's going to be a huge match at WrestleMania. It's going to also have a lot of implications with Kevin Owens' character moving forward. So I think Kevin Owens definitely is going to get a win here. I think we're going to see that lethal side of Kevin Owens. It unlocks a lot of potential for Kevin Owens moving forward. So I do like Kevin Owens winning here as well.
You don't want Owens turning into Bray Wyatt. Talk a big game, then lose.
Boogly boogly.
Oogly boogly. Oogly boogly boogly.
What do you mean? That was the best part about Bray Wyatt CPD. He just would cut 20-minute promos and then he would lose big matches every single time.
Yeah.
That's why people love him so much.
Yes. And then we have here the big decision of Cody Rhodes. Will he become The Rock? Will he turn himself into The Rock's champion? Will he turn his soul to The Rock? Will he sell his soul, right? And as far as I know, is there a prop for this? No, there's not. I don't see it happening, even though Cody did say, if you guys recall, the night after WrestleMania 40 Night 2 on that Raw after Mania, he did tell Rock, hey, I am your champion now. They're buddies now. They're sipping Terramana on IG Live. And, all Rock wants to do is give Cody the life that he never thought he could have. He wants to give Cody the opportunities that he can only dream of for his family and so on and so forth, right? And I don't see it happening, right? But this will still continue. Like Rock will accept it now. That's fine. I respect it. But then come WrestleMania, we find out who is going to be the actual Rock's champion, what have you. Something similar to probably WrestleMania 17 when Austin and McMahon shook hands. Remember that? And for a lot of people, that was the end of the Attitude Era in the eyes of a lot of people. But Chase, your thoughts on Rock and Cody, what could possibly happen?
Well, this comment right here sums it up. Better questions. How much Terramana will The Rock have had before this segment? Like, drunk Rock needs to go away. Hide the Terramana, lock it up. Tell Dwayne you're not going to be drinking any alcohol before this. I don't care if it's just a warm-up shot. We need you sober. We need you on your A game, not fumbling and bumbling on his words. Like, that's what we need come Saturday for The Rock. Just be on your A game, Dwayne. That's all I need from you is to be on your A game. But yeah, Cody's gonna say no, most likely. Will we get a reveal of who the Rock's champion is gonna be after this? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Let's just let the Rock take us on this ride. I mean, we all know it's not gonna lead to a match at all for Rock at Mania, but it does seem like the Rock will play a role in Cody's title match at WrestleMania some way, somehow. Heck, maybe after Cena wins the Chamber, the Rock comes out. And then he does the same shit. This is where he can be drunk for the Terramana. He comes out, looks at John, pats him on the cheek, and then later on Michael Cole is like, "What does this mean? Is John Cena? Is he selling his soul to The Rock? Will he become the people's champ or something? I don't know. Or the Rock's champion? Who knows?" So
we'll find out at WrestleMania.
Yeah, something like that. So it can go a bunch of different ways, but yeah, I do think that this segment will be a good one, for sure. But yeah, keep the Terramano away from the Rock. He just comes out drunk now, and it's not looking good, to be honest.
Yeah, package power drive through tables for the win by Kevin Owens for sure, absolutely. And then we have the last match here on the show, unless they'll be so cruel, and I doubt they will, but to add something on Friday night, but be that as it may, the men's chamber match. Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, CM Punk, and of course, my guy, Logan Paul, the Maverick, in this match. Now, for those that are wondering what are the odds for this match, again, all this courtesy of Bet Online. The men's chamber match goes as follows. John Cena, minus 2,000. Drew McIntyre, plus 2,500. CM Punk, plus 275, Damian Priest plus 3,300, Seth Rollins plus 2,000, and of course Logan Paul, the Maverick, the star of this match, plus 4,000. Those are the odds for this match. Just like the women's match, I expect just good craziness to happen, right? Stories, obviously, because we don't know. It could go either way, right? In a perfect world, it's Logan Paul beating up everybody. Bill Goldberg style, SummerSlam 2003. It's Brock Lesnar. What was it? What was that Saudi show? Chamber 2022 it was? Yeah. I think like that. But I must be realistic. That's not the case here. It comes down to, honestly, I would say two people in this match. Is CM Punk and John Cena. Yeah. Or hell, you can even throw Rollins in there for all we know. Maybe, you just never know, right? I'll be honest, I do see CM Punk eliminating Logan Paul in this match. That's the receipt back, and then I see Drew McIntyre, just for old time's sake, eliminate CM Punk. That could be the scenario. Or maybe the last two guys in this chamber match is CM Punk and John Cena. We're back to 2011, Chase, with this. Yeah. If they go like the good old days, who's going to go to WrestleMania when it's all said and done? I'm going with John Cena.
Yeah, I don't think I have to break it down like this. I do think it's going to be John Cena, but for the love of God, can we stop? Can we stop with, oh, well, it doesn't matter if CM Punk loses because Paul Heyman has a favor and he might get into the... No. Paul Heyman, if he had the power to put anyone in the WWE title match, it would be our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He is not putting freaking John Cena or CM Punk in the WWE title match unless Roman Reigns can also be added to the WWE title match and stuff. So
fatal four-way, baby. Fatal four-way.
Look, they want to do Cena chasing for 17. That should only be a singular focus. There would have to be something detrimental for them not to have Cena win this match. Like Cena comes and he reveals, oh, I got injured on the movie set. So, okay, we got audible. But John Cena's winning this match. It's his last chamber, his last chance to main event WrestleMania. Him versus Cody Rhodes is the money match. It's the match that makes the most sense. Too. Yeah, it makes the most sense. And especially, I talked about this earlier with Bianca and Rhea. You got to do it while you're hot. Your company is on fire right now in terms of attendance, fan appreciation, and stuff like that. Sure, people in the back may not be happy. There might be people displeasured with everything that's going on, and those reports always come about. I'm sure Janelle Grant's story will drop on Friday or something, like normal things. But when it comes to attendance and it comes to ticket sales, product interest, where you're hot right now. Cody and Cena has to be the match that you do at WrestleMania. There's no other match that you can say Cody Rhodes should do unless it's The Rock. If it's not The Rock, John Cena is the second best option. So you got to do John Cena. Like Punk and Cody, most likely a better match for sure. But
SummerSlam.
So Cody and Rock makes the most sense. No, Cody and Cena makes the most sense here. And especially if you decide to do Cena versus Cody. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. CPZ. One before Chamber this Saturday on Friday. Something will happen. And then definitely Friday night one, as Triple H is giving his Hall of Fame speech, there'll be something. Like, you know how this goes. It's the usual wrestling cycle and stuff like that. Like, look, it has to be Cena. Can't go anywhere else. This was a rumored match since like January. Like, this has been in the plan since January. Of Cena winning. He didn't win the Rumble because they decided to use the Rumble for what it's made for, to actually create a new star, which they did with Jey Uso. They solidified the star status. So they're going with the second best option, Cena winning the Chamber. Him and Punk. I think that'll be a good final two. Will be the most drama, but Cena ends up winning. And maybe this parlays to Punk facing Roman or something, or Seth cost Punk. I don't see Logan Paul costing another guy to win the Chamber. I think Logan Paul is either doing a multi-man match or he's going to be in that multi-man match we're talking about for the IC title, or he gets AJ one-on-one.
For sure. That's possible scenario. But again, I cannot wait for Saturday. Romeo, if you're still in the chat, are we doing a watch party on Saturday? Let me know. Because if we are,
he said, did you not watch the Raw review, Steve? He says he's not sure yet, but if you see the thumbnail, most likely, yeah, most likely. But
cannot wait. Nevertheless, again, for us who are going to WrestleMania, just to see what we're walking into. Speaking of which, we do have on the channel as well a tip video for those of you out there since the summer. If you have not checked that out, if you're going to Mania, of course, and you're still wondering, gee, how do I, you know what I mean? Go give it a watch. Go give it a watch for sure. Also, yeah, Tank Davis fights on Saturday too. Who's he fighting, by the way?
Who?
Tank. Javante Davis.
I don't even know, bro. I don't even know who Tank's fighting. I didn't even know he was fighting. Boxing doesn't promote their fights.
It's also a fight night too, I think, also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys watch the fight, I'll be on. I'll be
Roach. Okay.
There you go, Lamont Roach. There you go. But that's gonna be it for us, guys. Much love to all of you guys out there. Thank you guys for tuning in. I cannot wait. Overall, my excitement is through the roof as we speak. But thank you all for watching. As always, if you have not checked out, what am I doing here? Let me go back to PLEs here for the sake of it. Screw it. End of the stream already. Thank you all for watching. Much love to all of you. All right. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. If you've missed Steve's Kitchen yesterday, myself and CPZ, we talked about, The Rock wanting Cody Rhodes' soul and wanting Cody to be his champion, and so many other topics as well. If you've not checked that out, tomorrow will be another episode of SAD. Something About Dynamite, the watch party. If you are a channel member, you can join us on the stream. And this Thursday, it is the go home show to ATP Gangamania as we present to you guys live from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, ATP Shama going down this Thursday on ATP Gaming. Special guest on the show, making his debut, the UFC light heavyweight champion himself, Alex Poatan Pereira. Shama. Will channel members be able to come on the watch along on Saturday for Chamber?
If it's not true, he'll heat. No.
If it's not true, he'll heat. If it's true, he'll heat. Then no. But if they're not doing one, I'll keep you posted. If not, we'll just watch like a family, if you will. But we'll keep you posted nevertheless. All right. But for that being said, if you're not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. The preview of Chamber will be a separate video on the channel as well for you guys to watch and all that stuff. Follow the Around the Point Network over on X at AT Point Network. Follow me on X at Heel Steven Chase. Let them know where can they check you out.
Yeah, follow me on X at ChaseOver68.
There you go, guys. Much love to all of you again. You guys have been awesome as always. In case you guys don't know, in case you guys are aware, next week on Raw, Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's World Championship, and the War Raiders defending the World Tag Team Championships against American-made, the Creed Brothers. So there's that. Thank you all for watching. Much love to all of you. You guys are awesome as always. For myself, for Chase, for the gang, this has been the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network. Peace out, everybody.